Okay, students, welcome once again. Today, I am here to tell you about biodiversity and environment. It is a topic belongs to class 8 science. And I have prepared some notes regarding to this biodiversity and environment, and I am your Harka sir. So let's start our session. Question number 1. What is environment? So the answer is environment is everything around us that affects living things. It means it is a surrounding around us. It includes air, water, soil, plants, animals, and humans. The next question is components of environment. So the answer is the environment has two parts, a biotic component. These are non-living things like air, water, soil, sunlight, and temperature. Biotic component, these are living things like plants, animals, and microorganisms. Now, the third question is very important question. What is biodiversity? Give any two examples of biodiversity. Examples are tiger and elephants in the forest, different types of rice or wheat varieties. So the main answer is biodiversity means the variety of living things on earth, including plants, animals, and microorganisms. So the next question is write down the levels of biodiversity or types of biodiversity. Okay, it can be asked in different forms like write down the levels of biodiversity or write down the types of biodiversity. Whatever it will ask, you have to answer in the same way. So the answer is biodiversity exists in three levels: genetic diversity, different types of genes in the same species, or the diversity which is seen in a species due to the genetic makeup. Example, different types of rice or mango. Second, species diversity, different types of species in an area. Example, lion, tigers, and elephant. Ecosystem diversity, diversity which is occur due to the difference in ecosystem or different types of habitats or ecosystem. Example, forest ecosystem, desert ecosystem, rivers and ocean ecosystem. Now, why biodiversity and environments are important? So the answer is biodiversity and environment are important because they give us food, water, medicine, and raw materials. Next point is they keep the balance in nature and control climate. Third point, they help in making soil fertile and clean air and water. Next point, they give us places for recreation and beauty. And the last point is they help humans survive and live well. So the next question is problems that harm biodiversity and environment. I mean, what are the causes of loss of biodiversity and environment? So this question can be asked in this way as well. So the main problems are deforestation. Cutting trees destroy homes. Homes means habitat. You can use the word habitat. It suits better of animals and plants. Second, pollution. Dirty air, water, and soil harm living things. Third, overuse of resources. Hunting, fishing, and taking too much reduces species. 4. Climate change. Changing weather harms plants and animals. Urbanization and industry. Building cities and factories destroy habitats. 6. Invasive species. New plants or animal harm local species. Now the next question is how to save biodiversity and environment. We can save biodiversity and environment by the following ways: in situ conservation, protecting animal and plants in their natural habitat like national park and wildlife sanctuaries. X. C2 conservation. Protecting plants and animals outside their natural places like zoos, botanical garden, and seed banks. Law and awareness. Making rules and teaching people or awareing people to protect nature. What we can use awareing people by awareing people. Fourth, use resources carefully. Take only what we need without harming nature. So next our portion is differences between. So we have biotic versus abiotic component. So dear students, you have to draw T types table, and at one side please mention biotic component, and on other side mention abiotic component. So I have already written 3 points here. Try to write all these 3 points. I'm not gonna read this differences, you can do yourself. So we have in situ versus ex situ conservation. Similarly, we have endangered versus vulnerable species. 4. Biodiversity, environment, and environment. So the end is left over there, so kindly write end. Similarly, 5. Genetic diversity and species diversity. Now the next question, it is very short question. Biodiversity hotspot. What do you mean by biodiversity hotspots? Biodiversity hotspots are area with many species that are in danger. Example, Himalaya, Indo-Burma region, it is called Sundarland, and Western Ghats. How human can protect biodiversity and environment? So human can protect biodiversity and environment in the following ways. Plant more trees and save forest, it is called afforestation. Reduce pollution by using eco-friendly ways like using solar energy, hydropower energy. You can give example, you can relate the example. Third, use natural resources carefully without waste. It means that we have to use natural resources wisely. Again, teach people means aware people about nature and biodiversity. Next, make protected areas like parks and wildlife sanctuaries. Now we have long question. How can you do to conserve biodiversity in your locality? Such types of questions can be asked in BLE examination where you have to give your point of view, your opinion. Like this is understanding level question. What can you do to conserve biodiversity in your locality? So we can conserve biodiversity in our locality by planting more trees to provide homes and fruits for animals and birds, avoiding cutting of trees and destroying natural habitats to protect plants and animals, reducing pollution in air, water, and soil to keep the environment safe for all living beings, for educating people. Educating means awareing people about the importance of plants, animals, and nature to the encourage protection biodiversity. Similarly, we have sustainable development nodes. It means that the both this topic are correlated, biodiversity and sustainable development. So I'm going to read the first question. What is environment? Environment is everything that is around us, such as air, water, land, plants, animals, and human beings, as we have discussed this question earlier. So no need to write again. What is development? First of all, you should know that what is development. Development means it is the positive change, or what we can say, development is the positive change, and it is a process of improving the life of people by building schools, hospitals, roads, industries, and by providing health, education, and employment facility. What is meant by sustainable development? So the answer is sustainable development means using natural resources wisely in such a way that our present needs are fulfilled without harming the needs of future generation. So the next question is, why is sustainable development necessary? Give any three reasons. So the answer is Sustainable development is necessary because it protects the environment from destruction. It saves natural resources for the future generation, and it helps to balance development and environment together. So, what is meant by nature friendly development? Why is it important? The answer is nature friendly development means carrying out development works without causing harm to the natural environment. It is important because it keeps our environment clean, healthy, and safe for people, plants, and animals. Now, the next question is list the development activities that are being conducted in your locality. Which of these activities are nature friendly, right, with region? Now, again, it is an understanding level question. You have to relate your opinion, your knowledge. You have to show your knowledge. So, the answer is it is according to me as I am thinking about it. So, if you think something else, you can add your knowledge as well. In my locality, development activities like road construction, school buildings, irrigation canals, drinking water supply, and tree plantations are being conducted. Among them, tree plantations and drinking water supply are nature friendly because they help to protect the environment, increase greenery, and provide clean water to the people. So, the next question is what type of activities are being conducted in a locality for sustainable development? Right, in brief. So the answer is it is just a three-line answer because in science we do not have to write so long answers. We have to write factual answer. So in my locality, people are planting trees to protect the environment, using solar power and biogas to reduce the use of firewood, managing waste properly to keep the place clean, and running awareness program to teach or to aware people about the importance of environment. Next question: how are environment and development interrelated? Explain in brief. So, environment and development are interrelated because development needs natural resources like water, forest, and soil from the environment, and if the environment is damaged, development cannot continue for a long time. How can we make development activities nature friendly? Describe. So, already you can see the answer. I have given answer over here. Few questions are also added. What efforts have been made for sustainable development in Nepal? List any four of them. So the effort made for sustainable development in Nepal are forest conservation program through community forest, use of hydropower, biogas and solar energy, promotion of ecotourism in natural areas, awareness program about environmental protection. Explain the principle of sustainable development in brief. The principle of sustainable development are the proper use of natural resources, the protection of environment, the fulfillment of present needs without harming the future generation, and the participation of people in development activities. Now you can write these paragraph or these sentences in a point wise. If you break them and write in a point wise, it would impress good. I mean, it will create. I mean, examinee will give you relate you efficiently. 8 number, explain the importance of sustainable development. Sustainable development is important because it balances development and environment, protect natural resources for the future, reduces pollution, improves the quality of life, and help in the long-term progress of the region. Now you can see the last question. What are the efforts for sustainable development in Nepal? Explain. So that already we have discussed this question above. So students, if you have any types of problem, if you find any problem, then I have a solution. Please, you can directly message me and you can promote my channel. Please, I'm planning to make more videos and efficient videos. These questions are taken from BLE book, Basic Level Examinations book, set book, and I'll again collect more questions from there. If you have problem, you can directly contact me. Please share these notes with your friend and read this notes. It will help you in your examination. Thank you very much.